Hey everybody, how's it going? My name's Joe. Welcome back to SNES's Life. After a couple of days off from Thanksgiving and everything, finally sit back down tonight to play Operation Europe: The Path to Victory, 1939 to 1945. This is a Koei military strategy game. Yet again, we all know what a big fan I am of Koei strategy games. There have been a couple over time that I thought might be acceptable. Something I might be willing to learn. This is probably not one of them, my god. So, cover art looks great, actually. I really like the cover art. It's got the. Probably looks like Patton would be my guess, is on the left, and maybe a couple, British guy there with the beret would be my assumption. Not sure who the other two are, or well, I'm not sure who three of them are, frankly. But I love the cover. It's cool. It's very indicative of World War II. Take a look at the back of the box. The year 1939, Hitler's war machine is rumbling across Europe. So we get our 4 screenshots here, and this map. First off, the bottom. Let's look at the bottom right. There's going to be many animations, I guess, throughout the game. The bottom left is kind of the battle plan phase. The top right and top left are map command areas. And the graphics actually, I think, look sort of a downgrade based on some of the other games I've seen. But we'll see how they look in game. It's so hard to tell from a screenshot on the back of an old manual. I do have the manual. It is 67 pages of brutality. The Koei manuals are always long and very, very in depth. They're a hard genre of game, and it's not one I've ever gotten into, unfortunately. Much to the dismay of anybody who loves these games, and then I just kind of shit on them in general. It's not that I say they're bad games, but I don't know that they're worth playing. It is such a niche genre that you have to absolutely love it to get anything out of it. But that said, I did go through the manual, and I'm going to be confused most of the time. Just so we're all on the same page. My camera got moved, I guess. I was trying to rearrange some things earlier. It's a World War series. We'll fight them in the air, on the land, at sea. Well, there's the little scene from the back of the box. I wonder if that's even in game or if that's literally just here at the beginning as like an opening cinematic. Tiger. Front end of Tiger. '94 Koei. France, North Africa. That was a cruise ship. Storming of Normandy. Sure. All the different tanks. Monkey, what's up, buddy? How's your evening? Welcome in. Thanks for popping by. How goes Nazi murdering? Most terribly. The manual for this game is 67 pages long. So I'm watching a demo. We're watching the gameplay itself at the moment because my God, I couldn't figure it out to save the life of me. But we're gonna check it out as much as we can from this perspective. I'm curious to see the battle play out, frankly. Just home from working the hockey rink. How exciting. Has not actually gotten to a fight yet here. And this is the storming of Normandy. Our big charity minor league game. Oh, what's the charity for? Just general local stuff, I assume? 20,000 plus stuffed animals. Nice! That's a hell of a good chunk of money. What have you been up to lately? Anything interesting? God of War. I started playing The Last of Us a couple days ago, and that game has grabbed me hard. How's Ragnarok? I've heard everybody talking about it, but it's way too new of a game for me to be playing, you know? I don't have a system that could run it if I wanted. McBurger. So good. You know, I have the first God of War game on my PlayStation 2. I actually might have the second one on my Vita. I really don't remember. But I've never finished one, and I've never even played two. Norse mythology. Oh, a battle finally. That is some rudimentary graphics right there. Run away! God of War series is pretty good. 3D. Yeah. I did not get terribly far into the first one before I sat it down, so I can't say much about it. Just took the victory. Yeah, we took the victory because the Germans just ran away. They didn't want to engage. I really enjoy it. It's just so much data. So much data. How many hours have you put into Ragnarok so far? How long is it supposed to be, too? You like 10 hours into a 60-hour game or something ridiculous? Yeah. I mean, look, side quests are some of the best parts of games anymore. I just finished replaying Vice City on the PlayStation 2, and the side stuff is some of the more entertaining quests or missions. Let's see. What did you say? You're 25 hours in or something? So how long to beat says if you focus on the main quest, it's about 24 to 25 hours long. So you've got the time in. You're probably not far from beating it, would be my assumption. Boom. I give the game this. They gave it decent music tracks. I mean, is it amazing? No, but it's decent. Considering a number of other Go-A games didn't have music at all. I think this right here is about where Koei loses me. In the minutia of supply. Just give me people. Let me take people. Give me Advance Wars strategy, you know? I'll be all over that. This type of strategy is just a little too in-depth, frankly. Have you ever played The Last of Us, Mikey? I would assume so, but... no damage. Lost warning. Yes, amazing game. I think I'm about 7 or 8 hours into that. Probably your fave. I mean, I haven't actually played a game all the way through on my PlayStation 3. But I do very much plan on finishing The Last of Us. And I started it, I think, on Friday, and it hooked me hard. And it's really, not only is it great looking, but the story's very, very well written. And thoroughly enjoyable. I just got out of, where am I? So I did the opening section, lost Tess, got Ellie. Got into Pittsburgh where I got, you go through town, you get the truck, you get to Pittsburgh, you get ambushed basically. And then you get out of Pittsburgh, you meet up with, I can't remember the guy's name, the black guy and his brother. And then you get out of Pittsburgh, you go through the sewers, and then I just came out of the sewers. Basically completely out of, I used almost all my ammo in there at that end sequence, and I probably died like 5 friggin' times, which was irritating as hell. And that's kind of where I stopped, so it's like 7.5 hours in, something like that. And yeah, really enjoying it. I remember the only other game of the 3 that I've played significantly was the first Uncharted, and I feel like probably fairly far in that, and then kind of got stuck at a spot, and then took a break from it, and then haven't gone back to it. But not sure what the release difference is between Uncharted and The Last of Us, but The Last of Us seems like a much better much better controls, I guess, is what I'll say. Bombing the shit out of them. Patton. I love McBurger. I'll assume McBurger was a real person. I mean, considering how in-depth these strategy games are. But what an amazing name. Hey, battle. As we watch the German supply trucks run away. Interesting battle sequence. I'm not really sure how it determines victory. Just because the supply trucks ran away, I guess. There were still German troops on the ground there. Chagas! What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. How's it going? Fighting the war, I suppose. If that's what you want to call it. We're watching the gameplay itself. Because I've got about 20 pages into the 67-page manual. And decided that it just wasn't gonna happen. Like, I don't have the patience to try and learn the minutia of this game. I can't even give this game a fair shake. Like, the Koei games are so god-awfully in-depth that don't know. I'm a simple man. I'm simple, and these are complicated. And I can appreciate that they exist for someone. But Jesus, I actually have this game CIB. Have you ever actually played it? That's the question. Never touched it. Yeah. You know, I feel like a lot of Koei games are probably like that. I feel like plenty of people probably own them because of collecting specific things. Whole collections or sets of games or what have you. But I feel like this percentage of people who actually like love these games and play them is very, very tiny. I got part of a lot of guys years ago. And you kept it just because it's CIB? I'm curious. Oh, buddy, it's time to sell CIB. It's worth $53. I have to imagine none of the Koei games are going to go for big money. And there's really, I can't look it up by publisher on price charting, but yeah. Hold on to that investment. One day it'll pay off, I'm sure. This looks extremely boring. I mean, it's not amazing. None of the Koei games are. I think the last Koei game that me and Joey looked at that actually seemed interesting to us was Gemfire. And that is because Gemfire was like, in terms of Koei games, it's like Paper Mario to the Final Fantasy series, or maybe Final Fantasy Tactics. Gemfire was like baby's first Koei strategy game, and so it was like the graphics were just as rudimentary. Koei is not known for their graphics, but the game itself was much easier to understand and command. Whereas when you get into the World War II ones, it is insanely in depth. You know, I remember actually trying to play the one that was the Battle in the Pacific that Koei made. And it's talking like supply ships and steel allocations for repairs and just insane amounts of detail. I'm like, I get it. Like, these logistics were necessary to win the war. But my God, why would you want to play it, you know? I can't fathom how long it would take to play a campaign of this all the way from start to end. Super Simulation. Yeah, Super Simulation, right. I like a strategy war game. I've played Warhammer since I was a little kid. And, you know, I've been playing Warhammer for 20 plus years. But on a video game, give me some Advance Wars. That is a game that I can get behind on video game war strategy. I don't need the minutia of supplies and, you know, spy tactics and defense and this and that. And, like, Advance Wars has all that. It has supplies and ground advantage for defense and offense, but it dumbs it down to a much more manageable level. You're not gonna get that. You're gonna get that new one for a long time, sadly. Yeah. I don't know that I remember seeing someone said something about someone put up a release date of 2026. And I don't know. I didn't look into whether that was accurate or whether that was just someone making a joke somewhere down the line. But that's too bad. I think that would be a great way to get that series kicked off again, is to do that remake and show that it was a popular series. Like, the Advance Wars games were really good. I thoroughly enjoyed them. Although I was playing them for the show at one point. I don't think I ever finished it. I should go back and look at that at some stage. See where I was. Maybe finish it up. So what are you up to tonight, Shankus? Anything interesting? I haven't started on the Wii U. Oh, I forgot it's probably on the virtual console for the Wii U, isn't it? Poor Wii U. Really got the short end of the stick. Wild Arms 2. Still working on the Wild Arms series, yeah. I have never played any of the Wild Arms games. Not that that's surprising, given my penchant, but yeah, I skipped 2, play 3. Although I'll say this, I have only ever played Xenogears Chronicles X or whatever it was for the Wii U, the one that was Wii U exclusive, and Xenoblade Chronicles, not Xenogears. Anyway, I won a copy, apparently, of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 from Gamers Week podcast, so I'm gonna get that in the mail eventually. Yeah, it's the RPGs, and that's the reason that I've not played Wild Arms. Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii U reminded me a lot more of like World of Warcraft, and so I enjoyed that for the short amount of time I put into it. I just wanted to like pop it open, see what it was, to see whether I was gonna keep it or not, and I did end up keeping it. Just I'm like, well, you know, I'll probably never get to it, but maybe I will. And if I don't, maybe one day my kids will look at it. Shit, who knows? Physical copy. Yeah. Somewhere around here. Still Wii U exclusive, one of the last ones. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I looked it up, is because it appears they're not going to port that bad boy over, which is weird. Like, why not? You know, they've ported almost everything else on the Wii U over, unless there's just something about that game that, you know, that they'd have to put a bunch of extra development into converting it to the Switch. It's impressive looking. It controls pretty well. It's a neat game. I played it for, I don't know, 4 or so hours. Again, just to kind of see what it was and whether I would keep it or not. And it was pretty neat. I enjoyed it for what I, got out of it. I got through the city, fought the first big guy, came back, compared the who was the military commander to like Hulk Hogan or something. He kind of looked like Hulk Hogan to me. Bum, bum, bum. Run, German supply trucks. Oh, they're gonna come at me this time. Machine gun it. Not supply trucks, it's an actual mech unit. Skivs. tank's gonna get to me and smoke my bags, probably. Get a new solar, so I'm not gonna try to get those caps changed on the Game Gear. I wish you luck. I should get back to that on mine. Like, I did the power board, and that one went fine. And then I did the soundboard, and I had the inline caps, and that went awfully. And then I just haven't even... I got so distraught by that I haven't even messed with the main board caps. It's just sitting in my room with my soldering iron on the shelf, looking at it like that. Goodbye, fellas. Oh, God. Yag Panzers. Oh, Hetzers. They look like Yag Panzers from the top. Gosh, damn things are tiny. Yeah, they're really tiny. And it's really hard to get your soldering tip in there close enough to... I will say this. Are you recapping every cap? And if you are recapping every cap on the soundboard, did you get inline caps or did you just get regular capacitors with long legs? Yeah, those damn things. Yeah, they are. See, I made the mistake of getting the inline caps, and it's real hard. I'm not sure I got soundboard caps. Oh. I mean, if you bought a full cap kit, it should have came with them. But the soundboard caps are these little inline ones, and so the legs on them are like under it, and they're really, really hard to get at. And so, you know, I got my fine point on there, and I was trying to get under it, and at the same time apply some light pressure, and I ended up just ripping up the trace on the soundboard on one spot. And so I basically like jank soldered a jumper wire to where the trace was ripped apart, and I have no idea if it's gonna work or not. Otherwise I'll end up having to buy a whole new fucking soundboard, which will piss me off. You can always get a new board. Yeah, I know, but a new board's like 50 bones. I mean, ugh. There's actually a guy not far from me, like an hour and a half away, I think he is. And that's what he does. He he puts upgrade kits in Game Boys and Game Gears and things and turns around and sells them. And like, he's the one who I talked to him and I was like, hey, where did you get all your stuff? And that's where I went and got mine. And I've attempted to send it to him and be like, here, fix this. Fix my screw up, please. There's actually one of the shops in my town has a Game Gear right now, and it's like a Game Gear kit. So it's like 10 games, the gear, the carrying bag, the AC adapter, the magnifying glass thing, a portable battery. But they want like $250 for it, which is way, way too much in my opinion. But it does function. I will give them that. It actually works. Like, I plugged it in and turned it on and played with it for a few minutes. And it was tempting. But I really wanted that 3D TV. I've got the glasses for that coming in the mail this week. Depends on the games. Yeah, none of the games are worth that. It's all just like, you know, Land of Illusion, Castle Illusion, Sonic 2, Zoom, NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat. Nothing amazing. That TV's worth it. We'll see about that. We'll see. It's very crisp. It is. It's cool. It's a neat piece to have. We'll see when the glasses show up on how amazeballs it is. Is it rare? No. And it's not like Sonic 2 like you're thinking Sonic 2. I mean, I guess technically it is, but yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Game Gear has a loose price of $5. Oh, I thought you were actually being serious. Look at you just fucking with me. I'm not supposed to 35 copies. Jesus. That's a lot. I got my copy for free. Yeah, I've actually got quite a decent number of games for my Game Gear. I mean, decent being like 15, I think, maybe. Let me see. Where am I at? Game Gear. I think the best one I have is probably Axe Battler, The Legend of Golden Axe, which is kind of weird. It's like a top-down RPG almost in Golden Axe. Well, I got Aladdin, Axe Battler, Castle Illusion, Land of Illusion, Miss Pac-Man, NBA Jam, Prince of Persia, Shinobi, Sonic Chaos, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic Hedgehog Triple Trouble, Columns, and Zoo. So, I've got a handful of games. Devilish. I don't even know what the hell Devilish is. Never heard of it. Platformer? It looks like a weird breakout game. Like, interesting. Arkanoid, that's the game it is. I mean, Breakout is an Arkanoid, same fucking thing. You get the point. I'm not sure what it is. You'll find out eventually. You'll play it at some point and be impressed. It's worth like $25. Yeah, Axe Battler is the same way. It's worth like $25 or so dollars. Like, it's not super rare, that's for sure, but I didn't get anything amazing for it. And I probably never will. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are games that are super rare for it and good, but if I want to play a super rare, expensive game, I'll just load it on my emulator. Mega Man. Did they make a Mega Man on the Game Gear? I mean, I know Sega had the Wily Wars for the Sega, or the Mega Drive, but. Sure enough, there wasn't Mega Man on Game Gear, huh? How much is that old Mega Man? Holy Jesus, $200. Good God. Why? I guess because like you said, it was rare, but surely it's not that amazing or anything. Need to bash my PS3 controllers. Right on. My PS3 controllers work just fine. Actually, that's when I started playing The Last of Us is the first time I've ever had to actually plug it in. So when I got the system, I don't know, in the spring, I fully charged the controllers. And then playing The Last of Us today was the first time I had to take the controller and plug it back in. Mine are old and worn out. Mine are not. I mean, they're old by nature of the fact that the PlayStation 3 I have is one of the big fat models. Not the backwards compatible, not the original release, but the downgrade, less USB slots, and it got rid of the flippy door with all the extra slots in it. But it's not the slim one yet. I only have one. I have the black PlayStation 3 controller that came with the system, I'm sure. And then I have a third-party generic one that works as my backup. I was looking at that 3D TV. I own 4 games that are 3D compatible. So I'm gonna have to go find some more. One of them's Doom though, so I'm real curious to see how that looks. Dead troopers. Did nothing. Three black camo, 2 blue, and a red. So I have 7. That's why do you have? You know what? Never mind. I'll shut up there. I have a lot of controllers. Yeah, I mean, look, I am gonna forever be 2 generations back, so I still don't. I've got the 3 and the Wii U and the 360, which technically I think is the Xbox One in that generation as well. No, wait, no, Xbox One. Shit, I'm not even sure what the generations look like at this stage. Right, so GameCube, Xbox, and PS2 came out together. So 360, Wii, and PS3 came out together. And then after that would have been Wii U, Xbox One, and PS4. Right, and then PS5. Switch really falls in like the same generation as the Wii U, I think, doesn't it? Xbox Series X and S. So I've got a Wii U, but I don't have an Xbox One or a PS4. That's PS4 again. The point is, I'm 2 gens back. And that's just where I'm going to be for the most part, I think. Until the prices on the like PS4s are still selling for like $250 around me. There's no way I'm paying $250 for it. I know that sounds ridiculous considering all the other shit I've paid for, but you know, I'm picky like that. Everybody's picky like that. Coming down since PS5s are more available. Yeah, I was talking to someone the other day. Said they saw one in one of our local WalMarts, and I was like, "Holy shit! You mean they're actually around here?" I've never seen one. I have seen one in a pawn shop, and I've seen plenty of Xbox Series X's in the pawn shops. I haven't seen them in the stores, but I have seen a lot of them in pawn shops. Like I think one of mine has like 3 of them right now. So, like those are around for sure. Series X gets traded in a lot. Yeah, I wonder why. Like, I guess maybe just they don't have any amazing console exclusive games that are selling the console. I don't know. Most places can't even sell the Series S. Yeah, the Series S has that whole problem of being a fairly sizable downgrade from the X, from what I've seen and heard. And so people don't even want the S. I guess it's also being a headache for developers because they have to dumb their games down. And down to 2. What were they originally? 350? Or were they just 3? See that? I mean, see, to me that doesn't even mean anything. Like, the digital only bothers the shit out of me because I like my physical stuff. But the 1440p doesn't. I don't have a TV capable of 4K, and you know, all my TVs are old. I'm not buying new TVs. I say as I put the PlayStation 1 on the shelf over here. But that TV's old too, so it's not even that big of a difference. Yeah, I can't imagine it is. $50 is not gonna make me chase that either. I did get one of the pawn shops to offer me an Xbox One X for I think like $125. I think they were asking like $175 or $200, and I was like, "There's no way I can pay that. I'm not paying that." And they're like, "Well, we'll give it to you for like $140 or $150." And I was like, $125. And they're like, "Maybe." And I was like, don't worry about it. I don't need it anyway." They sell them for $80 at Pink Gorilla in Seattle. Well, we don't have Pink Gorilla in the Midwest, so you guys are lucky. Seattle, you guys have a pretty good sized game scene up there. We ain't got shite here. More reinforcements landing at the beaches. So this game is disappointing. Unshockingly, the graphics are subpar. The controls are hella complicated because of the whole minutia of the game. I like the music and the sound effects are fine. Not too far from you, Joe. Well, what the hell are we talking about Seattle for? I'm gonna give this game a thumb sideways because I can't give it a fair shake because I didn't actually play it. But Shooting Swords should play if they can be found cheap. I mean, good for them. I've got no doubt that probably in the next couple of years, and maybe even by next fall, I bet the Xbox One X's and maybe the PS4 Pros will be down to a range where I'm willing to get them. But I'm in no hurry. I mean, Jesus, you know how we all are. We've got so many games that we'll never get to anyway. I mean, I'm staring at just under my PlayStation there. I've probably got 30 Xbox 360 games and then another 30 PlayStation 3 games that I've never played. So the point is they're there if I ever get bored. Look, there's boobs on the screen now. Anyway, yeah, Operation Europe, we're going to give it like a sideways vote because I don't care for the concept of it. I need simpler strategy. I'm a dumb boy. And that's just how that goes. But I'm sure that for the right person, this game is just awesome. It's just too much for me. What's your game count overall? I have no idea. I mean, I can figure it out, but it would take a while. Because I don't think because Price Charting has everything on it, you know, my systems, my controllers, so I can't just look up a piece number on it. If I were to guess, here, hold on, I can take a pretty rough guesstimate here. Probably 30. Are we counting handhelds or just consoles? Because that's a whole other beast too. I don't actually have nearly as large a collection as some people do. Really? It says 33 consoles. Jesus, dude. Loose and complete. Alright. My rough guesstimate is about 450. Without, like, getting an exact count. That's just me going down the list of consoles and being like, well, I know I got about 30 games for that, 30 games for that, 50 games for that, 60 games for that, you know. I try to keep my game collections for each console down to around 30. So once I get past that, I start looking for things to trim. A long way in a few years. Yeah, I really didn't. Well, I posted that picture not too long ago. I think I really started my game collection in like 2019 or something. So I've only been collecting for 4 years, or 3 years, or whatever. And yeah, I've gathered quite a bit of random shit. There's no doubt about that. And that's not, you know, I mean, that's physical games too. It's not counting all the digital shit you purchase. Nice. 700 games. You'll only ever play about half of them, then your kids will have to sell them off when you die. See, I didn't retain anything from childhood. The only thing I have left from childhood is when my dad found my original Game Boy and the pile of games that were in that. Guess I'm not having any kids. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Not gonna give a shit about that. You do you. Although I know a lot of people that were on that same line of I'm not having kids and then whoopsie daisy, kids. Because that's how kids work. I think that's how most people end up with their first kid. Whoopsie daisy. That's how we ended up with Joey. I've never lied to him. I told him. We didn't intend. He knows. He's aware. That's when he got old enough and we had to have that talk. I was like, look, if you ever start having that kind of relationship with someone, I said, let me know. I'll take you to the drugstore and buy you a Jimmy hat. Because I said, let me assure you, sir, look in the mirror. The pull-out method does not work. But I think we're going to call it for this evening. Yeah. I mean, look, like I said, I've seen worse games, probably. It is terribly boring to me, though. It's just too much. 1,962 games. Jesus, dude. Out of that, how many of you played for more than an hour, do you think? Half? A quarter? Just a couple hours? You played them all. Now, I've turned every game I own on for at least like 10 minutes to make sure it's functional. But how many have you played? Like, invested time into? So many. Okay. I'll take your word on it. No, there's some that will never be played. Yeah, I've definitely got some that'll probably just sit forever. Ever and ever and ever and ever. We're going to call that a night. Shankus, thanks for coming in. Ooh, pardon me. Thanks for coming in, hanging out with me, and talking. Monkey, I don't know that you're still there, but thank you for popping in. Anybody who watches this on VOD later, I'm sorry. It's a terribly boring game. You're essentially watching it for my conversation with Monkey and Shankus here. God bless. Yeah. This, by the way, sadly, because I was stupid and didn't think about it when I organized the order I was doing things in, this is technically the 400th game that I've gone through on the Super Nintendo. So I don't even know what's up next because I haven't prepped for the next set of games. Woo! Yeah, woo! But I'll have something on here on Wednesday night. Maybe I'll just play Dead Space Extraction or something and finish that before I go digging up all the other stuff that I need. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm awfully lazy about all that. So thanks a lot, Shangus. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Have a good work week.